We're back. You guys fucking did it. The last video did extremely well. So this time we're tiering self-titled masks. And again, I made a tier list so you don't have to. Links in the description. It's right here. Very proud of myself. And we're starting with clown again. Now this is the classic clown mask. I mean, this is just a simple clown. And honestly, it's very effective. Sometimes simplicity is just simply the best. And I mean, it's super iconic too, you know? Whenever you think of clown, you probably think of this mask. You think of this version. And I think there was some whole story about him buying it at the mall when he was supposed to buy like lunch for his girlfriend or something. Which is kind of a dick move, but I mean, seems like his relationship with the mask turned out a lot better than the relationship with his girlfriend, sadly. Bruh. So, I mean, it's worth it. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't buy lunch for your girlfriend. I mean, you should, but you know, if you can buy a dope clown mask, then it's so easy to roast him for it, you know? Because, I mean, buying a clown mask over lunch for your girlfriend, you're a clown for doing that, but you already kind of exposed yourself for it, so I don't even have to roast you, man. It's iconic, and I mean, I couldn't put it lower than S tier because it's fucking amazing. It's really creepy and just works super, super well. Then Corey's iconic mask. Now the fucking dreadlocks, man, are so fucking cool. This mask is just, I mean, come on, it doesn't just, it doesn't get much better than this shit, man. This shit is so cool. And just added so much to his stage presence, you know, because nowadays he's still headbanging, and with some masks you can see the hair, but with this mask, like, it covered the hair, but in replacement you had sick dreadlocks, you know, just moving around on stage. And I know it was very uncomfortable at the time to wear it. More respect to Corey for that. Then it's one of my favorite Corey masks, if not my favorite, but this one also easily deserves S tier. Now Craig's mask. Honestly, I haven't seen anyone else do tier lists for the Slipknot masks individually. I know people do, like, all of them combined. I don't watch them. I haven't watched them, and I'm not going to now because I want to give my own clear opinion. And I'm not sure if this is going to be controversial or not, simply because I don't know how everybody else feels about the mask, you know? But I'm sorry, this mask is fucking terrible. I really don't like this one. I mean, what I like about it is the fact that it's homemade, and it's clearly something that a serial killer or something would make. And doesn't it actually kind of look like the Nail Gun Massacre killer? I mean, I guess, like, look at this shit. It's just like a motorcycle helmet, but, you know, with spikes sticking out, which I guess is cool. Looking at some of the other masks, those are so much better. When you look at Clown's mask and then Craig's mask, I mean, there's just no denying that Clown's mask is so much better, in my opinion at least. So personally, I'm gonna put this one D, honestly. Like, this is one of the few Slipknot masks I actively kind of dislike. And I mean, I don't hate it, because then I would have put it E or F, but it's just like, no. No. James Root's mask, also really good one. This too, like, same story. It looks homemade, it looks like it's built in a serial killer's basement, but it works. I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on what it is which makes it work so well, but this just looks cool. And I mean, with the eyes, that just looks amazing, you know? I think the chin is really great. Overall, this is just a great design. I love the face paint to it and everything. Kind of gives off more of a classic rockers vibe, you know, say Alice Cooper or Kiss, you know. However, I wouldn't put it up there with Corey and Clown, because those I absolutely love. However, this one certainly deserves an A spot. And same with Joey Jordison about the classic rocker look, you know. It's quite simple, but I think during the self-titled era, it was also just really cool that he had, like, the red hair for a bit. I think sometimes the hair just adds to the mask. And if I continue this series, we'll get to more masks that work simply because of the hair sometimes. But this one is one of the first ones where the hair just makes it even better. You know, the color, just the fact that it is so long. Like, this mask would not work on a bald dude. Bruh. I know Joey's mom wore, like, a white emotionless mask to, like, some party, and he found it pretty terrifying, and that's why he adapted it into the band. Like, did, like, the paint on it, which I think is cool. However, it is pretty simple, if you know what I mean. And Joey's later masks did improve with that in terms of not being too simple, because that's really my only flaw with this mask. If I look at these masks, and if I could only own one, then I wouldn't want to own Joey's mask over James' mask. So that's why I'm gonna put it one lower. But Still really good mask. Now Mix Mask, and this, I'm sorry, I love Mix Masks, but this one I just can't. It looks so goofy. I mean, come on. There are masks that are so much better of his. This just looks like a knight helmet, you know? Like a helmet someone's mom made for the kid who's cosplaying as a knight, you know? And I know it's supposed to be like a hockey mask, but I don't know. Just compare this mask to Jason's mask. Which one is more terrifying? In my opinion, Jason's mask. And also the eyes. He has really beautiful blue eyes. Give credit to him for that. But I mean, I don't know. This one's always just seemed a bit silly to me. And not as cool as some of the other masks Mick has worn. It's just like, this one is really bad in my opinion. But I don't hate it. This one's gonna go D alongside Craig. I'm sorry guys. Chris's mask. What can I tell you? Fucking iconic. You know, it was great whenever he was jerking that shit. Can't believe I did that. It was great whenever he did that on stage. Just added a whole lot of stage presence. Whatever happened between the guys, it's very sad. But I do kind of miss that with the new live shows, you know. Chris's energy was just really great. But this mask is so good. Because this too does still have that homemade vibe, if you know what I mean. And again, like some serial killer made it. And it's creepy and it's dirty and it's dark and gothic. I would be so unsettled if this dude popped up in my room at 3 a.m, you know? This is one of those masks where you go, where I go, I would want to own that shit. So this one easily S tier as well. Just so damn cool and iconic again too, really. Sid's mask. Now I went for this one because this one is on the album cover of Self-Titled. And Sid, I'm telling you, you are a lucky man. I could have also gone for this shit, but this just looks like a fucking elephant and I don't like this one at all. I'm sorry, Sid, but this one would have made it F or E, at least E. But this one I love. I think this one is great. And I think it's great to see that a lot of Sid's masks later kind of adapted from this mask, were like updated versions. But this one is also really good, and I love how he used to wear this on stage with like, you know, crazy shit with his teeth, and just overall great mask. However, again, much like with James' mask, I wouldn't put it S, but would just put it A. Can't really give you a good reason why, but just it's just how I feel at the moment. Then Paul's mask. This one always really reminds me of Jigsaw's mask, like the pig mask he has, which obviously came after Slipknot, so maybe a bit of an inspiration. Anyway, so I do dig this mask, but also it is in a way a bit simple. No? Like in a way, this also looks like a mask that you could buy at a party store during Halloween. And I wonder what the meaning of this mask was, because I know everyone kind of tried to put some of their personality into the mask. Chris always said this mask represented his comic personality. Clown story, everybody obviously knows. This one with like the emotionlessness of the mask and everything. I wonder what's the story here. Is he vegetarian? I wouldn't put it B because I just way prefer Joey's mask. But I'm definitely also not putting it D because I'm putting it C because it's just like, okay, you know, it's a bit simple. You can tell that it's just some latex mask from a Halloween store, you know? So a bit cheap and unimaginative, I guess. Anyways, there's my list. Do you guys agree with me or do you not agree with me at all? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure you check out my tier list of the maps for the end so far. And subscribe because soon I'll be doing this for Iowa and all the other album cycles. So stay tuned.